My trip across the United Kingdom's borders took me a few miles south of Scotland to the English city of Carlisle, where it's fair to say that the weather was a little less welcoming than the people. Curbing migration had been a powerful message in persuading people to vote Leave. I wanted to see for myself the impact of Brexit on Britain's migrant communities. Polish mother of two, Paulina, has lived in Britain for 14 years and is concerned about the future.
I don't know, to be honest. I'm just worried, like everybody. So if you ask anyone from EU, everybody will give you the same answer. We pay taxes, we pay everything, so we are clear. So hope so everything will be on good way, and the law, it will be like the same for every people, you know. So finger crossed.
Paulina's customer Asha, born in Scotland and raised by Polish parents, is also worried about what leaving the EU might mean for her community.
They're worried about living here, but also a lot have gone back home. An awful lot have gone back home, which is good in one way, that they're going back to where their roots are. But on the other hand, I think, they've given so much to this country as well, and they've got such a fantastic name, the Poles, regarding their work ethic. Their work ethic is amazing, which I'm so proud of that.
It was time for me to leave Carlisle, hop on the northbound train and head across the border.
So I'm now heading to Scotland, just going through the Lake District at the moment. And the reason for going to Scotland, obviously, is because in 2016, in the referendum, they overwhelmingly voted to remain in the EU. 62% of the people actually voted to remain. So I'm quite keen to go up there and talk to the Remainers and see how they feel about Brexit and where they think the country is going next.
I soon met 40-year-old Scottish Remainer Neil, who works in advertising and feels very disillusioned about the whole Brexit process.
It's not looking good, and it looks like there's going to be an objection to every stage. That's really frustrating for me, because I'm at a point now where I'm not sure I really care about what the deal is going to be. I just want a deal, because it's went on so long now, and from my point of view, it's strangling the economy. Even in my line of work, we're noticing that brands or companies don't want to spend because everybody's trying to figure out what the future holds.
Having finally arrived in Scotland, I wanted to speak to the rural communities where uncertainty over Brexit threatens jobs and livelihoods.
My name's Bryan. I'm an agricultural contractor first and foremost. I'm born and bred Kilpatrick Fleming, southwest Scotland.
Graham, who's been in farming for nearly half a century, has a pretty straightforward opinion of the people running the country in Westminster.
I've had more common sense talked in a children's nursery, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just a nonsense when you see it. If you watch the programmes of Parliament, it's unbelievably childish the way they're all behaving. There's never going to be a Brexit deal that suits everybody. That's why the vote was reasonably close. There's never going to be a deal that suits everybody, but we've got to embrace it now and get on with it.
Like most people I met in the UK, Graham thinks enough time has been wasted on the negotiations.
The threat of a no Brexit and the threat of another 2 years of indecision and fighting, instead of running the country properly, is going to cause more bother than it's worth. I think we made the decision at the referendum. There's no need for another referendum.
My journey ended back on the border between England and Scotland, two nations with a heavy past who have managed to bridge many of their differences. A common history commemorated by these man-made rock structures called cairns.
Cairns like these are found all along the English-Scottish border. They are a testimony to the United Kingdom. But when it comes to Brexit, I found anything but unity. There's still a lot of uncertainty, fear, and boredom about the whole divorce procedure. Whether or not these divisions can be overcome after Brexit, if Brexit happens, or if the problems here will be echoed across Europe, remains to be seen. Bryan Carter for Euronews at the English-Scottish border.